He's back. New liver, new life, same old Hinch. He's had some problems leaving his apartment after his door was broken this morning, and the woman who broke it is on the line. Shannon Reid, senior producer of 3AW Drive. Thanks for joining us, Shannon.
Oh, thanks, Nick, and thanks for bringing that up. It was embarrassing enough at, 5 to 1 or whatever time Derryn went to walk out his front door that I thought, I'll open it to give Derryn a wide berth because it was being filmed, his first steps to freedom. And just as I opened it with great gusto, I broke the door closer, and then the next image was Derryn up on a ladder trying to work out how he could get to the door. So he couldn't quite get to those first steps to freedom without anything stopping him, and I had to be the lucky bunny.
Right.
Sorry to laugh, but...
I don't know.
I'll just open the door.
I'll sit it there. No, I won't sit. I won't sit there. Right. No, I won't sit there.
What happened at midnight?
Well, look, it was there was so much anticipation for Derryn's first tweet after getting freedom at midnight last night or this morning. That we were watching Twitter, kind of everyone guessing what he was going to say, and lots of people saying they were staying up to midnight. So there was a lot of pressure. So it was kind of a bit of anxiety, a bit of excitement, a lot of things going on. And then when it actually happened, there was only a few of us there, and everyone was just quiet, just watching the kind of reaction. And there was a massive reaction, which was brilliant for Derryn to see. So many people saying, it's great to have you back. But then finally, Ben Wise, our online producer, said, hey, congratulations, you're free. How does it feel? And then we all went, oh my God, you're free. So yeah, and it was a really, really lovely moment. But it did take some time before it all hit.
Welcome to freedom.
Yes. Hey, that's right.
No, who was saying
Hey, I just
Congratulations.
Yeah, hey, I didn't think. Yeah.
Cheers.
Free again. Got away.
No.
Cheers. It is.
Anything to say? I know you got your radio program, but any just little quick notes?
Wouldn't be dead for quids.
He had an ankle bracelet on, didn't he? So
Yes.
when did that come off, and was there any official notification that, okay, you're ready to go?
Yeah, so the ankle bracelet was removed at 1:29 p.m. yesterday, and Derryn, I think, did ask if he could hold on to it, but he was denied that pleasure.
Keep it as a souvenir.
And keep it as a souvenir, yes. Then so he was then told by corrections that he was free to leave his apartment at midnight, or 1 second past.
And so where was the first place he went when he was allowed to leave his apartment?
Well, he went downstairs to see Chanel in her apartment, which was really lovely to see, because it was very much a moment of everything's back in its right place. It's great to have you back in here again, Derryn, kind of thing. So it was really sweet to be able to be there to witness that, and to see Chanel so, I guess, relieved and excited to have her man to be able to walk down and see her in her apartment was lovely.
And how did he cope with home detention? Because I can't imagine, home detention, but I suppose more importantly, how did he cope with not being able to communicate with the rest of the world and tell them what he was thinking?
Look, he has to be admired, because I think he coped remarkably well, considering, this is the human headline we're talking about, who thrives on being out there in the public and having his opinion heard. So I think that was probably a pretty difficult thing for him, because he still had access to the internet. He could still, and newspapers and all forms of media, but he just couldn't communicate. And I think that was pretty frustrating. That, along with not being able to leave his home without permission, was also a bit of a frustration. But look, all credit to him for following the rules.
And just as outspoken, what's he going to say to us at 4 o'clock?
Oh, I think he's got a lot to say, Nick. I'm not even sure whether I should organise any interviews. So, you know, like, if you haven't had the chance to speak publicly for 5 months and you're Derryn Hinch, I think you're probably just going to speak verbatim for 2 hours. I don't even know whether we'll get an ad break in.